I know. Welcome to Friday night. It's episode 24 of the Fancaste. And I'm your host, Brainmuffin, the Lifting Nerd. And we have two people from the main show. We have, as usual, Mr. Kendo Slice.
Big titties.
And visiting us today, we have Erik Louderback.
Louderback.
Hey, I don't know about you guys, but I just need to find me a big pair of titties and start tuning into Tokyo.
That's right, man. Bait on those things like fucking bongos.
God damn.
And on the phone and probably driving, Mr. Erik Ward.
Always driving, Southern California. Gotta love it. By the way, I want to give a shout out to my oldest son. He just turned 4 today, so happy birthday, Mason.
Hell yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right, so all of us were on, at least for a while, on episode 100 last night. And just kind of want to go around and get thoughts of what you thought of the episode and the achievement itself, as well as, hey, being on and interacting with some other fans. So, Loudie, since you were the first one on this show before, or all of us, how about you go first?
Well, sure, gladly. You know, as I'm sure you guys know, I haven't been on in quite some time. I want to say the last episode I was on was probably in April or May, somewhere around there. So to be able to, even, have the honor of being invited back for episode 100, like I said, it's exactly that, an honor, because the first episode that I was ever on was the episode for the review of X-Men Apocalypse. So, having been around, I want to say that was episode 35, 34, something like that, because we were counting down even then, because we and Jeff had a vision, and, he made it happen. And being a part of that for however long I could be, or hell, even I can be from here on out, whether it's, movie reviews, drunk commentaries, etc. 100 episodes is a huge feat, and for having 8,000 subscribers, that says a lot about the kind of content and kind of quality that Jeff and the guys and Kendo and them have been putting in and week out. So I'm definitely excited to see where the show goes from here.
Right, and that's 100 episodes. I mean, that's 100 of more or less weekly episodes. That's not counting all of the, all the stuff from last year at Schlocktoberfest, this year's Schlocktoberfest, the drunk commentaries. Those are all extra videos. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how many videos are in total, but
and don't forget his daily videos too, like where he finds things. Goes like one of his big ones that he did was that was when we found out that Iron Man was going to be apparently Iron Woman and turn her into a sassy black girl. So
right, and he's done some other things. He did the when the Star Wars collection was here for the mostly fashion, but there were some toys and other things. And then even a very controversial video, even though it's very accurate, the toys that don't sell. And that was a while ago, I think before really the new toys came out. And even at my local Meijer, I've seen that for a month now they've been on 50% off. But yeah, that's a lot of videos and a lot of content. So Kendo, what are your thoughts, man?
Well, as somebody that graduated from the peasantry up to the main show, it was fun being a part of the episode 100. I mean, I always knew in the back of my mind from my debut that was going to be coming and I was going to be a part of it. And it's pretty cool because I've been with the show in a way pretty much since the beginning. I found them a month and a half after they started doing everything and was a listener as soon as that notification went off that there was a video from World Class Bullshitters, I'm listening to it. So it was fun. It was cool. I had a good time during the second half of the show, and looking forward to the next couple hundred, and I cannot wait for episode 666.
Oh God, stop it! You're making me all hot over here, man.
So, Mr. Erik Ward, I know you got cut off pretty early last night. So, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I had a quickie, so it was good for me. I don't know. I listened to about the first probably about an hour of it, and it was really cool. Not to kiss anybody's ass, but it was nice to hear Loudie again. it was kind of like having, you know, an old friend come home, even though I've never talked to him before tonight. But it was still cool. It was kind of crazy and disjointed there, but I'm looking forward to hearing the last, portion of it where it seems to have calmed down a little bit, a little more room to bullshit and people trying to talk over each other, and all that kind of shit.
Right. Yeah, and I don't know exactly when I found them. The first video I ever watched and listened to theirs was the review of Star Wars Episode 7.
Yep.
And
Same for me.
Most likely that was within a few days. I saw it on the 24th of December because that's when I uploaded my video. And that's when YouTube was giving me all these videos of, because I had seen nothing but positive about it. So somewhere in all that, I came across theirs, liked them, and then because I was watching, they had several Star Wars videos that were coming out. So they got, suggested, and then I subscribed. So somewhere December 2015 through January 2016. And I think I even heard some of the old ones where Callahan was still on before I went back and started listening to old ones. Because I don't remember exactly when Brian Callahan wasn't on anymore. But
right.
Yeah. So it was somewhere in that time frame. But and then I really freaked out one night when Jeff was talking about Jungle Gems. I'm like, these guys are local? Holy cow. So it's been almost 2 years. So I don't know exactly when, but it's getting close to 2 years either way. But it's been phenomenal. I mean, it's to see how, for a long time, kind of the way Jeff described it last night, just kind of got started as a thing to kind of do. And I think, Loudie, you've told me this before. It was just kind of, it was starting to catch, when it started to catch on, and some people couldn't come as often. And then this year, the biggest changes, I think, is Nick and Jeff kind of getting a little bit more serious. They started doing different content, and then Kendo in the last few months kind of has added to that that focus and that drive, I think is what, it wasn't bad before. And yeah, there are times I love having it, the whole crew, all 7, 8 of everybody. And then sometimes just 4 is just enough. I do miss hearing Joel from time to time as well. So, but hey, he's busy. I get it. But it's been a really interesting ride, I think. And I look forward to seeing a lot more. And maybe, being on there every once in a blue moon.
Yeah. Just you wait for that World Class Bullshitters movie, man. It's gonna be great.
Yep. I keep hearing that. And Nick said last night he's got some. I don't think he had better cameras. We got more batteries and better ideas and stuff. And I did tell him if he wants to borrow my camera when he's in Cincy, he's welcome to it. I have a Nikon like he does, but the batteries are not interchangeable, so I'd have to give him all my stuff. So I don't know if he'd want to do it or not. But yeah, I think it was it was an interesting experience last night. Some of us chatted afterwards about things, and having some of the other fans on there who are not part of a podcast themselves is kind of evident. But if you go back and listen to some of the early WCBS episodes, you guys are talking over each other and different things. That you got to find your rhythm. And you need to respect other people when they're talking, and that's part of the problem. Is they're not listening; they're just waiting for their turn to speak, and that takes a little bit of self-discipline and effort. So, all in all, I think last night's episode wasn't too bad. I know Jeff was kind of wanting to apologize, but and so far, I looked today. It looks like about there's some thumbs down, but it's about maybe a fifth of the thumbs up. So,
More for the course.
Yeah, and but a lot of people are saying, congrats on the 100 episode, and that's great. And who knows, maybe in a year, 2 years, we'll be doing our 100th episode of the Fancaste. I don't know, we'll see.
I'd be okay with that.
That's when they're going to reboot AIDS.
Reboot AIDS, yes.
Hashtag rebooteds.
Rebooted. Reboot Apis Lane. Apis Lanus. Lapis Anus.
Apis Lanus.
Apis Lanus. Attack of the Apis Lanus.
The return of the
When are the Lapis Anus t-shirts coming?
Oh, Jeff said he's sending me something, so he's been telling me that for about 3 weeks. So, what?
You know what? You know, for
Christmas,
listen,
God damn it.
People.
listen. For the past year and a half, I ordered the Grand Theft Auto style World Class Bullshitters T-shirts with our faces on it, and I got the wrong one. I got sent the wrong one instead, and he keeps telling me he's gonna send it to me. Dude, it's been a year and a half. I still don't have that shirt.
But,
I guess it's funny. I still give him shit about it every time I see him. Like, so when am I getting that shirt? He's like, oh man, I forgot.
I want to wear that to fucking Christmas dinner, man. Wave his anus.
so when I get one, I'll wear it on my beer reviews, like I do. I've been meaning to get the useless chick one. I need to do that one. It's just I forget, or right now I need to wait until after the holidays because we got all kinds of gifts and crap to buy. So, but that was good. And so was there any? We kind of talked about some of the good stuff a little bit. There were any bad things that we want to bring up about the episode? Any
You want me to?
Hey.
I mean, I never knew what deep throating a microphone sounded like until last night. I want to say Lime Green Hulk and that microphone are probably now Facebook official. And well, what was that?
No. He's changed his relationship status.
Yeah, he's changed his relationship status from working at a movie theater to dating his microphone. Oh man, that microphone's probably the luckiest guy in the world. He'll be satisfied and smiling every night with Lime Green Hulk at the helm.
Now, don't assume the microphone's gender, Loudie.
Oh, my bad. I just assumed because it was long and hard and probably had sword fights with him that that.
Sword fights is someone else.
Yeah. I know, but wait, we can't interchange against the rules.
Well, okay.
I'm sure they'd sword fight each other.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
But do you know how to use it? See, now when are we going to do drunk commentary for Spaceballs? That's when.
I'm sure you heard where Jeff was talking about how there's a lot going on lately because there's going to be the holidays and all that stuff, and that in the new year we'll be getting to more of that stuff. I mean, let's go ahead and exercise some patience here. You're not a 20-year-old fanboy.
I know, I'm not.
Yes, Brian, you're almost 50-year-old fanboy.
Well,
right behind you, so.
Who was it last night? Was it Lime Green Hulk or the other guy, Jackson, who was saying that his mom was like 5 or 6 when she saw Star Wars in the theater?
I'm just going to assume everything was Lime Green Hulk that annoyed the piss out of me, so that's probably him.
So, which told me I was older than his mother, and I was like, great, that's just awesome. Well, he was 19, right? Wasn't he the one that's 19?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was something else.
Well, in its defense, when you're 19, pretty much everybody's fucking stupid and annoying, so.
Oh, yeah. Dude, at 19, I was fucking stupid and annoying. Looking back.
Me too,
dude, I look back at my, and Facebook is more than happy to let me know how fucking stupid I was. And I go back and I look at some of the shit from when I was 19, and it's like, is someone going to just fucking backhand this kid or what? I'm like, son of a bitch, I was annoying.
Well, when I was 19, there was no internet or Facebook, so.
Say, hey, so be glad you get to forget some of that. Yeah, be glad you get to forget some of that.
Yeah, when Brian was 19, they communicated through Pony Express.
Yeah. And we loved it.
Oh, man. They love the Pony Express for more than just mail, if you know what I mean.
That was good.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I'm glad. Well, hopefully she said that.
Yeah.
So, does anybody have any news they want to share that's either happened since last night or they didn't get to share last night or whatever?
Well, I never really had news when I was a World Class Bullshitter, so I'm gonna, keep the pattern going. I've got no news tonight.
No news. Anyone else?
Trying to think. I had a thing that was gonna do for news, but I didn't. And it was that like some police department in Texas is using Chewbacca in their ads for trying to like get recruits to the police academy or something.
That's great. Chewbacca can tear the arms off of a droid. You can tear the arms off of you too.
Yeah. So like their training video or something crazy or something along those lines, they were using Chewbacca in like their ads or something like that. I didn't read this. It was silly. It was just too silly.
Well, hey, it's better than using Ray.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, by the way, I assume you all heard that she's announced that after episode 9, she doesn't want to do any more Star Wars. It's like, thank fucking God.
I saw there was a news story on World Class Bullshitters last night about that.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I didn't really get to say much about it last night for obvious reasons, but I'm really okay that she's announced that because I want to say it was Dion, I can't remember. I want to say it was Dion or Jeff that said that she wasn't supposed to be in the following 3 Star Wars movies that are coming after. So it was just another way for her to bring attention to herself, and it's like you really need to stop doing that because no one likes you as a protagonist of a storied franchise to begin with is 1. 2, we're only getting you because it's a fucking bullshit agenda that's being shoved down our throats by Hollywood. And C, I mean,
fuck you.
Like exactly, fuck you. And 4, like Dion said, I'd come on that face.
Yeah, that forehead.
After these movies, she's gonna be in the bargain bin of obscurity like Hayden Christensen. She's gonna be fucking sucking dick for a role in 5 years.
Jesus Christ. She, it's just like Hayden Christensen. She probably hates sand. Of course, gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Giant.
Yeah. Well, if you go look at her IMDb, because when I saw she was in Murder on the Orient Express, it's like, well, what else has she been doing? I mean, Yeah Boy Yaga's been all over the place.
Shit.
And I don't think she's been in anything that wasn't Star Wars related except Murder on the Orient Express. And yes, if she's not able to parlay that into other roles, yeah, she'll just be a footnote. And
so, time out. Has anyone seen that movie?
No, but
no.
If you're talking about murdering Orientals, I'm there.
Yes, I'm all. Listen,
no.
my heritage thanks you for that. But anyways, no, I've got a I really want to see Murder on the Orient Express. So
No.
I didn't know if you guys already had.
some people last night said they'd seen it. It was good. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of the old Agatha Christie Poirot. Like my stepdad, he's from England, and he's a big fan of those Agatha Christie Poirot movies or shows rather, because it was a TV series as well. And he always talks about how much he loves it and enjoys it, and it's got a catchy ass intro theme song too, and it's all just instrumental. So if you ever get a chance to check out the old ones, I would recommend it before seeing the movie. If you do,
I've seen them before. They were entertaining. Long time ago, but then again, I am old. So.
Oh, Poirot.
All right, so let me get those couple news items I've got. One of these is actually, I don't think this has been brought up on the show or on our show, on the main one or whatever. It is a Star Wars related thing. And so I think last year is when they announced that they were going to have a Star Wars theme park, or a section of the theme park was Star Wars themed. It's supposed to open next year. Well,
It's called
now,
Star Wars Land.
yeah, it's called like Galaxy's End or something like that. And now they have said that they have plans for Star Wars themed hotel in Disney World as well as in the Disneyland in Paris.
yeah, dude, I know all about that. My girlfriend's family, they were talking about that shit that one time when I was up there, and you're only allowed to stay for like 2 nights or something like that. But there's a bunch of shit that goes down, and it's more like a story that you're involved in almost, or some shit.
Yeah. So you're going to be able to see views from space out your window, interact with BB-8 and R2-D2 and other things. Buy your Star Wars, your officially Star Wars licensed merchandise, probably at a very high rate. I mean, that was one of the things
of course.
the guys were talking about last night, how Disney, jacks up the price of all their stuff. And then imagine if you buy it there, it'll be even more. And I saw this. I was just like, this is just, if you needed any more evidence that this is nothing but a cash grab by Disney, the entire purchase, this is the kind of, yes, I know Lucas merchandised the crap out of Star Wars, especially by the time we got to the second movie. But we didn't have any of this kind of nonsense. I mean, but it fits the Me Too generation. It fits the, hey, I got to participate, and hey, I've got to have a reaction video where I fake my reactions because that's what all the big guys did, and they all love this trailer, so I have to love this trailer, and I have to love the movie, or I can't fit into the crowd, and I can't think for myself. I have to be like everybody else, because if I don't, I'm a Nazi. So yeah.
Well, personally, I'm hoping for Star Wars condoms and Star Wars lube.
Star Wars condoms and Star Wars lose. Dude, I'm looking for that lesbian porn to get the Star Wars strap on. Fucking lightsaber dildo.
I mean, how awesome would it be to have some like R2D2
Wait a minute,
lube?
didn't we do a search for this one time? I think all that stuff already exists,
Didn't we do a search for this one time?
Yeah. I know we did some kind of, there was something some kind of lightsaber sex toy we looked at on an early episode.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean,
Saber skin, Star Wars condoms, graphic armor. I will not be
come on,
your father.
It would be awesome.
It says I will not
Awesome
be
would
your
to put a
father.
Star Wars
on it.
condom on.
Use the Force before intercourse.
Here's how this is graphicarmor.com. I'll give them a free plug. So Saber skins. So I will not be your father, and it has a thing of Darth Vader on it. The Yoda condom says, "Do or do not. There is no try." Is that it?
What's the retail value on those?
They're $3 a piece.
Man.
They're $2.99, but if you buy 3 or more, they're only $2.25 a piece, and if you buy 30 or more, they're only $1.79 a piece.
Sweet. So I'm paying like 200% more than what I could get for a fucking 24 pack of fucking Trojans.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh man.
There's another site that has these just look like they're on the package. Those were actually on the condom itself. These are cheaper. I will not be your father. May the Force be with you. Do or do not. The Force is strong with this one.
They probably come with holes in them already.
Here we go. For the punishers of you out there, looking for love in Alderaan places.
Oh, I do love puns.
Here you go.
I heard last
Judge
night
me
that
by
Alderaan was
my
an inside
size,
job.
do you?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's great.
Feel the Force. That's got to be.
That one sounds rapey.
Yeah, well, do you think that one? Come with me to the dark side.
C-U-M?
No, not spelled that way. C-O-M-E. You're the Obi-Wan for me.
Are these
I've got a
Valentine's Day
bad feeling
themed or
about
what?
this.
Say it with a condom.com.
Time out. Are there ones that say it's a trap?
No.
Yeah.
These are only $1.50 a piece. Can be as low as
Feel
56.
your anger.
That's all that they are listing under our Star Wars condoms. Let me backtrack a moment here. Funny condoms. I'm huge with a picture of Donald Trump.
Huge.
There you
They're
go.
huge.
There you
Netflix and chill. There you go.
Oh man.
We'd be good together, as in pot.
Oh.
Yeah, but thrill me, chill me, fulfill me. Anyway, back to the show. So there you go, Eric. There are Star Wars condoms. You just need to go look. And I bet you if Star Wars sex toys. 8 Star Wars sex toys every kinky super fan should own.
Oh man.
There you go. 9 Star Wars.
Brian, are you one of those kinky super fans?
Yes, he is.
Probably.
Probably.
Well, you have a female. I'm going to have to save these links. You have a female stormtrooper as a dominatrix in full latex. Star Wars wide paddle. Not sure what the hell that is. Blindfolds and restraints that look like they have Star Wars prints on them. A whip that is a Star Wars. It's a lightsaber, but it's red but it's more of those light floggers, so you actually don't hurt anybody. Of course, we have the Princess Leia outfit. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be for. Anyway, paddles, and there you go. There it is. This is what we're talking about, Eric, is the Stormtrooper. These were vibrators. Vibrators, Star Wars vibrators. We talked about this a long time ago.
Oh, cool.
It was just LMP and Kendo and I, but I'm sure we can go look it up. But anyway, so
Is there a Star Wars dental dam?
oh, good grief.
Do they have the sponges?
Yeah.
I thought they outlawed the sponges.
Did they?
Well, I don't see one. There is you can get a do-it-yourself kit. Dental dam could save you from an STD.
Hopefully.
So there you go.
Just
All
some
right.
saran wrap is all it really takes.
Yeah, I used to use grocery bags. Should I not be using those?
Well, hey, whatever. So the other thing I've got is not Star Wars related, but it is NFL related. So, there's been a lot of crap going on over the last couple of years. The NFL ratings are down. Players are kneeling for reasons that are nonsensical. But hey, whatever. So the owners got together with the Players Coalition, and apparently they're promising $89 million over 7 years to be spent on social justice causes in the hood. Some of the players, including Erik Ward of the San Francisco 49ers, are basically calling BS on this. But the kicker is they're going to take that out of the $100 million that they had already set aside for breast cancer awareness over that same time period. So sorry, ladies, you rank below the kids in the hood. Which is fine with me because I'm really sick of seeing these guys wear pink. But
What's wrong with that?
I don't mind women wearing pink
Can I just
jerseys.
say that I really fucking hate Roger Goodell?
Honestly, Roger Goodell's probably one of the worst things that happened to the NFL. I miss Paul Tagliabue. I didn't think I was going to miss Paul Tagliabue, but I miss Paul Tagliabue.
You're right. I never thought I would ever want him back, but Roger Goodell, man, has just turned the league into just a fucking absolute joke. It's turned into a male fucking soap opera. I swear to God.
Dude, have you guys seen the South Park episode where they make fun of all that shit and it's like a bunch of guys wearing bubble wrap? It's literally what the fuck it's turning into. It's a South Park episode.
Well, hey, good satire is based in truth, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but when I turn football on, I want to watch football. I don't want to watch anything else. I don't want to watch football.
I mean, coming from a football coach, yes, when I'm on the sidelines, I want to watch my guys beat the shit out of people.
Yes,
I don't want to watch them
exactly.
like hug each other.
Well, hey, I went to the University
tell
of
me-
Tennessee, and they can't even keep a
Sorry.
coach. So
They can't
Loudie,
do.
just out of curiosity, what grade do you coach? You coach
Well,
JV or you coach varsity?
I was football operations for varsity at the high school where that I was coaching for, and then I was the offensive coordinator for our junior high team. Because of the numbers, we only had a varsity program, so there was no JV squad and there was no freshman squad. There was only the varsity. So I'll keep it short because we're off topic as it is. But our varsity team, we were a few plays and quite a few games from going 6-4, but we ended up at 3-7. We lost some games that we shouldn't have, but it is what it is. And then our junior high guys went 5-1, and we won our conference title.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
very good. No, it's on topic.
Oh, all right. Well, fair enough. I mean, I'll add a little bit more to it. It's this high school where I coach. I'm not sure what you know about the West Side, Late, but West High is not exactly known for having a bunch of winners or athletes or people who give a damn about the kids in the program. So, we're trying to do everything that we can to turn this program around and actually, make sure these kids know, hey, we give a damn that you actually have a decent future, and we, even if that doesn't involve playing football, we want to see you go to college. We want to see you, or hell, even a trade school, military, something just to, further and better your life from the situation that you're in, because a lot of these kids don't come from the best home situations. So obviously, we as football coaches try to do everything we can to be good role models and all that shit. And here I am here I am, a former world class bullshitter. So add that one together.
What a bad role model.
Awesome, man.
I'm a great role model. What are you talking about?
No, I was just curious, Loudie, if there's any of that kneeling going on at the high school level.
We did not have that. No.
That's good.
All right. So yeah, I what I found funny about this, if you will, is that it's not additional. They're going to pull it from, already, at this point, it's a lot of it is their damage controlling. I know I've seen some pictures of some of the team stadiums where it's 50% or less capacity.
Yeah. If you watch the games the last probably month or so, no matter what game you turn on, man, people are not there.
Right. And again, people want to go
It's fucked up.
be entertained. They want to see a good game, and you can protest before the game, and you can protest after the game, but not during the game. That's the attitude of a lot of people I've know as well as seen online. It's pretty much, hey, we don't come here to play politics. So
Yeah, I mean, who wants to be lectured at a sporting event? It's fucking escapism.
So, but hey, we're getting in the movies too, so we'll see if these people carry over into, into other areas of entertainment where we're getting this kind. Well, like Supergirl shoves it down people's throat. That thing's got. There was a show with horrible ratings that yet somehow got renewed for a third season.
I never wasted my time with it. Should I?
No.
Okay.
I
didn't like it.
Now, the first season is okay for what it is, and I got about 6 or 7 episodes into the second season, and I couldn't take it anymore. So, and then having her sister come out as a lesbian for 3 episodes, and there's the Flash and Arrow were better. Arrow's kind of getting to be stagnating a little bit, and the Legends of Tomorrow I actually liked. So that stuff had enough interest that I didn't really care about Supergirl anymore. So, and
Yeah,
then,
but you gotta admit, Brian, she does look nice in that skirt, though.
well, she looks better in the fappening pictures, but and her boyfriend
True.
took. But when they did their crossover, they did a crossover storyline. They did not include Supergirl because she's in another dimension. She's in a parallel universe. So they had the Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and Flash. But now Supergirl was in it, but they didn't have her series combined in there. It was pretty interesting. I watch all that stuff on Netflix, and so I had to make sure I got to the point on all the seasons at the right time and this other stuff. Because apparently when it was on the WB, it was like, whatever the nights they were on, like Friday, Saturday, and Monday or whatever, they were on consecutive nights, those 3 episodes. So it was pretty interesting that they did that. And then it comes to, of course, movies, and DC can't make a spectacular one to save their life. I mean, they made a good one with Wonder Woman, but it sounds like Justice League is just kind of, it's kind of okay, but it needs to be better to save the whole idea.
Yeah, it's okay, Brian. I mean, I know Kendo saw it. Have you saw it, Loudie?
What, Supergirl?
Justice League.
No, Justice.
Oh, Justice League. I have not seen Justice League.
It's okay. The problem is the bar is set so low for DC right now to where
Right.
almost anything.
I mean, I know from talking with Jeff, he said it was actually a pretty decent movie, and we all know how Jeff is with movies. So for him to rate it what he did was a surprise to me. I don't know. I'm still kind of skeptical, kind of cautious, especially after the mess that was not only Suicide Squad but Batman v Superman. So I'm a little hesitant to give them my money, waste my time, and actually see this movie. Now, don't get me wrong. I fucking loved the Justice League cartoon when I was a kid. I used to fucking watch it all the time. But, I know that I'm going in with this perception of what it was and not what it is. And, so I'm kind of hesitant to give them my money at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's something I can say about it.
So, yeah, and that was one of the things that Jeff even talked about. I forget. I guess it was with Lime Green. They were talking about that the Spider-Man movies got him into the Marvel stuff. Back in the 70s when I was growing up, pretty much the cartoons were the Super Friends, which is essentially the Justice League toned down for Saturday, and then Spider-Man cartoons. I mean, I don't remember any other. In the early 80s, we started to get. oh, what was the by the powers of Grayskull? Who is that?
He-Man.
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 And we had some Japanese cartoons, Star Blazers, stuff like that. But
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer. The Speed Racer was really, I was in reruns when I was,
Was that more 60s?
Yeah, that was a bit more 60s. But I did watch as a kid, but it was mostly reruns. But where you'd have the mouth, it was a real mouth over the drawn pictures. It was pretty weird. But I mean, of course, we also had Batman, the Adam West series on reruns. But the cartoons I remember the most watching, as far as superhero cartoons, was essentially the Super Friends. And of course, Super Friends, you had Aquaman and you had the Wonder Twins. Somewhere in there, the Fantastic Four must have made an appearance because I was aware of the Fantastic Four a little bit, and you had their toys for that. But those have been cartoons. But essentially, it was Wonder Woman, Batman, Robin, and Superman, and then Aquaman, who we all made fun of, and then different. Depending on the episode, you might have other ones come and go. But really the only Marvel that I was even acutely aware of until teenage years was Spider-Man, and that was it. Yeah, so no Iron Man, no Thor, Captain Marvel, all that stuff. And Captain Marvel was actually, there's a DC character, male character, they renamed him Shazam. Now there was a live-action Shazam on Saturdays. But I think that lasted a couple of seasons. Yes, sir.
Speaking of Super Friends, you remember the Wonder Twins?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They always reminded me of Donnie and Marie Osmond.
Yeah, a little bit.
But, I thought there were supposed to be a parody on Donnie Marie Osmond.
Maybe. Yeah, Wonder Twin powers activate.
Form of.
Whatever. Yeah, shape of. And then they had that monkey.
That Ted Knight did the narration.
Yeah, meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
At the Hall of Justice.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman and Batgirl are left alone. What trouble will they get into this time?
They're going to scissor.
Oh, scissor me timbers.
Yeah. Don't chafe.
And I think they had a monkey too. Didn't like a pet monkey or something?
Yep. Yes, they did. I'm looking at a picture of them right now. But
did they ever spank the monkey?
They probably
no.
did.
They shocked the monkey.
Shocked the monkey.
I used to want to spank my monkey watching Lynda Carter every week.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
God, those were some jugs.
I liked Lynda Carter's Wonder Woman and
Wonder jugs,
Yeah, and I didn't know why until I got a little older. Then I was like, oh, and that show, it didn't last as long as I remember because it was like in constant reruns. It was in reruns into the early '80s. It was only on like 3 years.
Yeah.
And then there was a Kathy Lee Crosby Wonder Woman in the early '70s.
Oh yeah. Remember back in the day, man. I used to get excited watching her. I didn't know why I was getting excited. It sure felt good.
Yeah. But so that was and that was one of the things I kind of wanted to bring up, but it didn't. It just never felt like it fit into the conversation. But yeah, it was. It's interesting to see nowadays. My son grew up with the Spider-Man movies, the Tobey Maguire one, and Iron Man. And then by the time that they rebooted Spider-Man, he saw the first one and was like, oh my God, that was horrible. And he was a little older, obviously. But he likes most of the Marvel movies. But again, one of the things that was kind of brought up last night, and I think we've brought up before, is he's seen them all once. And that's it. It's not like, whereas, earlier when he was younger, and then maybe it's because it was better, he watched the Spider-Man movies multiple times, the Iron Man movies multiple times. And again, if they watch another Star Wars movie, it's the original trilogy. They don't even watch the prequels much. So
good for them. They have good taste.
But a lot of these movies, there's no repeatability. You watch it, and then the Marvel movies are all starting to run together. To me, that's just 3 different scripts that they keep cycling around, and that's kind of why I'm burnt out. It's like, oh,
The
I know what's
problem
going
with
to happen.
Marvel is it's just becoming oversaturated.
Yeah.
Well, I think the grand plan to get all these movies in before people really get sick of them and your actors get too old, you got to do 3 a year. You know, leading up to what we with Infinity War, because I think at first it was like 1 a year and there was 2, and then the last couple of years it's been like 3 a year.
I mean, think about it. You know, like let's say you have the most awesome, exquisite meal every night, or let's say you're banging the hottest chick ever every night. After a while, it's gonna get old.
It loses its luster.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
The time when the rubies lose their luster. Or you weren't doing it,
I
Conan.
would love to bang Leanne McAdoo every night. I'd be
all your thoughts go back to Leanne McAboobs.
Oh, dude, I want to do so many things with her tits.
I hope she stumbles upon this podcast just to hear that.
Leanne,
Obviously, it probably won't.
Leanne, I'm in love with you, and I have nothing but the highest respect for you and your giant tits.
So Dion gets served from Cuck Snyder, and Eric gets served from Leanne.
Oh my god! Every time I see her tits, man, I just want to go rub one out.
So, all right. Well, let's get back to our list of things. So, one of the things that Jeff brought up, and then I asked him offline about who this there's a channel he actually follows for. There's a third guy on there that I haven't found a video of his yet, but I watched a couple of their reaction videos, and they are so fake it's not even funny. And WCBS has passed them up in subscribers. And what's interesting is a lot of their videos have only a few hundred views, but their reaction videos have like 12,000. And have you guys watched any of the reaction, trailer reaction videos and stuff?
Yes, it's fucking embarrassing.
I'm fucking despise it.
You're a grown fucking man.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about
It's like
who's
my God,
the goofball that will
man.
dress up in his Star Wars gear and
Jeremy John.
Jeremy John. Oh, God bless.
Brian, if you saw your son doing that, would you not want to take him out in the backyard and just beat the ever-loving shit out of him?
I just disconnect his internet.
There you go.
I have the power to degrade on a machine level, and it's just start having drop packets and everything else. Yeah, it gets back to the way the culture is in this Me Too and participating is my take on it, because it is ridiculously. It's not even over the top. It's just stupid. And I think Dion was the most excited for the Infinity Wars trailer. He's watched it several
I couldn't tell.
I don't understand why he's so excited for it, but he didn't say why. He just said he was. So,
I mean, it's cool to be excited, man. We all love different things, but some of these people, and I know some of it's for show, but I mean, these guys are grown men, dude. It's like, what the fuck? Grow up.
So, Eric,
have a little self-respect.
The rest of us got to say last night what we thought of the Infinity War trailer. What were your thoughts?
I liked it. It looked cool. I didn't jizz in my pants or anything. It was cool. I like seeing Cap because I'm a big Cap fan, so that was really cool. Thanos, to me, I know you guys talked about it last night. He looked, kind of fucked up. He looked like a testicle.
Yeah.
He didn't really. He just didn't do a lot for me. He just kind of was. I don't know. It was a little underwhelming. At least that part of it. But,
right. Yeah.
I mean, not only that, but I shared a picture with the group today. I don't know if you guys noticed, but his skin changes colors in all 4 of his appearances. Like, from the first time we see Thanos to Infinity War, he goes from purple to mauve to blue, and now he's, like, orange.
Sometimes.
So sometimes.
No, I thought on that trailer there's one where he's kind of a purpley orange, I guess. Some of it's going to be the lighting, but unless you have extreme lighting conditions, you should still see some of that base coloring. My thing was, it's like, why does he have his armor on? And I'm not even really paying attention. I'm like,
he doesn't look menacing. He just looks like he's there.
Although I loved it when he punched, I guess that's supposed to be Iron Man, and hopefully it's an Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr. in there. Well, I know he's not really in there, but not one of the fake ones like in Iron Man 3 where he had all the robots. And I know he blew them all up and stuff like that, but it's been several years, and who knows what he's rebuilt. But there was a robot.
Sorry, go ahead.
There was like a large Iron Man suit that I saw briefly, and I'm not sure what
They had the
character.
they had the Hulkbuster.
Oh, is that what that is?
They
Yeah.
had the Hulkbuster out.
What movie was that in again?
That was in Avengers 2. Age of
Oh,
Ultron.
right.
Oh,
Yes.
see, I didn't see that one, so that's why.
Yeah.
I haven't
That's
seen
where
that
Stark
one.
took on the Hulk and kicked his ass.
Right. So I haven't seen that one, and I haven't seen Ant-Man. But apparently I need to see Ant-Man. Nor have I seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I saw the first one and liked it, and I'm like, okay, but this to me is this is not a series. This is the next time I see it should be with all the other Avengers, and I didn't need a second one.
So I haven't seen either of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, nor the Thor movies, and I've only seen Civil War when it comes to Captain America movies. So,
Wow.
yeah.
See the Winter Soldier, man. Great movie.
That's what I've heard.
Soldier's awesome.
Yeah, I may have to watch it again because I was so bored with that movie. I almost fell asleep. So, are you getting food there, Eric, or are you home?
Yes, sir. You must be psychic.
Well, I heard your car. Heard
So
your car.
I'll meet you out here when I go inside.
Getting his pussy burrito bowl.
You know it, brother.
Hey, if he was a real man, he'd get a double wrap burrito with white rice, black beans, fajita vegetables. Let's put it this way: if it wasn't the size of a small preemie child when you left, you're not doing it right.
No,
Actually,
if he was a real man, he'd get fucking 2 McRibs.
I was just
Oh.
gonna say, man, I have not had a McRib since a couple weeks ago when you
Ate 'em.
brought that up. So
When you ate 'em
I'm
on
thinking about
air.
Have another one.
Well, I'll be honest. I've never even had a McRib ever. So
Oh, they're
Missing
awesome,
out.
dude. In fact, Kendall sent me a picture of him eating a McRib.
that wasn't a McRib.
Nah, it was a McRib.
Well, while Eric is getting in line and getting food, we take this opportunity to talk about Mr. Slice's visit to the greater Cincinnati area.
I was joking about that when I was mentioning that before we started. I mean, I'm
Well, you
gonna
are going to
be.
visit. You
I
don't
am.
have to. You don't have to give all the specifics.
Yeah, let's see. I've got Jeff's address because I sent him money, so I'll just read that out on air for whoever wants it. And
And
his
Eric-
Snapchat. No, yeah, I'm coming to town on the 13th
So
of December.
I guess you sound like you're looking forward to coming into town and finally meeting people.
Yeah,
Kendo Slice is coming to town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you better watch out and you better try because I will fuck you up.
Yeah, will threaten me with a good time.
Well,
I'm definitely. It's one of those things. It's like I'm definitely looking forward to coming because I am excited to hang out with and meet the guys because I've spoke to these individuals many, many, many times over like the better part of the last 6 months. And even before that, it's like I kind of knew them already because of how much I listened to the show and was always, commenting with them back and forth in the comment section and on Facebook and messaging them back and forth before I was talking to them all the time. So it's like they're already like good friends. We just haven't hung out in person, good friends type deal. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to The Last Jedi. But yeah, it's going to be cool. And then when I get finished and being in Cincinnati for about 3 days, I'm going to zip up to Michigan And depending on when Camp Kendo's getting some carpet installation going on, I'm either going to be up in Michigan for a few days or just drive up there one day, hang out with Mr. Dion Green, and then go home.
There you go.
Yep.
I haven't seen Dion since WrestleMania, so you're gonna have to give him a hug for me.
I will.
So
Tell Chocolate Bear I miss him.
So is it? Am I don't think any other fans have met you guys, right?
No. I want to say the first, WCBS fan meet was when I met you, in an undisclosed location for some things.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard all about it. Ryan has told me many things in disclosure.
Yes, that was over a year ago now.
Yeah, it was.
About a year
It was.
ago.
All I know is it was cold. It was cold as all hell outside.
Yeah,
But he warmed you up.
No.
we
We were
chatted for
both
an
freezing
hour.
by the time we're
No,
hour and a half,
hour
man.
and a half,
Hour and
yeah.
a half, just in the Target parking lot. And it was awesome. We talked about everything from podcast stuff to working out. I was talking about trying to lose 30 pounds. I ended up gaining 10 since then. So
You didn't follow
I
my
went in the-
advice.
no, I didn't follow anyone's advice.
And you know what? We still haven't had that beer, so we're gonna have to rectify that.
Yeah, we are. I'll
let's
help you out with some of the goods if need be.
So, but yeah. So and then the next time you weren't down in Atlanta, but that's when the only time I've seen Jeff and Nick and Phil and Dan. So it is. It's I guess it's one of those wonders of the internet, if you will, that this community has grown, and for the most part, none of us have met each other. We've had several people on the Fancast. There's been several people that have been on the main show. Lots of interaction and Jeff communicates with Oggs for President and a few others. A lot of emails. Sometimes chatting through either Skype or through Xbox or PlayStation or whatever. And it's all over the country, and then some people. There's been some people over in Europe too who have bought T-shirts and things, and people have come and gone. And one of the things that, as the dogs are chewing on that's the shepherd. One of the things that I wish I would have had this thought last night is what happened to, where are the old fans gone? There's the one guy I forget. Jeff said his name, who was like one of the first people to come. No, it was a realer sounding name.
Father's Glitter Challenge?
No, it's like he commented like for the first year on every video and then suddenly vanished.
I know who you're talking about because he literally said it, and then he said it from blah 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 to our newest subscribers.
Right, he was like the first fan, if you will.
Yeah.
Maybe
If you give me a second, I can find out. Hold on.
Yeah. Not Joseph Dooley. He
Go ahead,
commented.
Joseph Dooley.
He commented on the 007 commentaries in the very early days. But anyway, it's interesting because man from Carcosa, I think was the guy's name. He's the one that got me started doing some other beer reviews, or the person. I mean, I'll assume he's a man. Made some comments on some of my newer ones earlier in the year, and then just disappeared again. And hasn't been back since.
Died.
And, he was the one that had me do the Innocent Gun reviews, which were good beers and interesting ones, and probably ones I would have tried without a little bit of prompting. It's almost like people have stopped commenting or perhaps stopped watching but haven't unsubscribed. And then there's this new batch from this year, and a lot of them are Disney sucks, Marvel's teetering on sucking, DC has got their head up their butts, and they're a little bit more aggressively negative, I guess is the best way to put it.
Yes, because when we don't put something out that they like, they fucking turn on us and vilify us with hate because, well, we refuse to toe the line that they want us to. It's like, we're sorry, we're giving you honest opinions, and we're not trying to we don't have an agenda.
Right. Well, it's kind of like some of the, like Andrew Hart, he was one of them. Noah R. I think maybe it's Noah R.
Chris R?
No, there's a Noah R. was commenting on a lot of the old, Garrick Folk. I'm looking at episode 1 right now, which I thought I did a timeline for, but I can't remember because this one's like everything's really it's the channels are a little messed, the sounds a little messed up. But anyway, when you guys didn't rip Justice League a new one, where people are like, oh, you can't believe, you can't believe, and I'm like, but before then, Jeff said numerous times, if it's good, we're going to admit it. Now, I think part of it is that y'all went in with low expectations.
That's very true.
Also didn't come out going, oh my God, the DC universe is saved.
Yeah.
You basically said it was what? Ranging from 5 to 7.5, the ratings?
It was 5 from Dion, 6 from me and Jeff. And then as the show went on, Jeff and I bumped ours up to 7.
Right.
Because, that's what happens when you review. Like, when you think about how well you like something, there's your initial feeling. And then as you reflect on it and hash it out a little bit more, you can change your mind. And over the course of an hour and a half of talking to each other back and forth, we changed our minds. We're like, maybe we did like this a lot better than what we said we did originally. And that is totally acceptable to do that. That's part of the way things work in the real world.
Right. And part of it is a discussion, and it is interesting. I kind of wish some of the old fans, wherever they are, would come back, even if they're just lurking, make a comment every once in a while. I don't know who the goofball with the llama picture is, but
his name is Lapis Anus.
I looked at that again the other day. Are those real? It's almost like there's superimposed human teeth. Do llamas have teeth like that, or is that some Photoshop BS?
I'm not up on my llamas, so I'd have to look up and learn a little bit more about the alpaca before I started discussing it.
I finally found the name, but I feel like you said it already.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say.
Oh, it was Noah R. That was the name that Jeff mentioned, but I feel like you might have already mentioned that while I was half listening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me, my bad.
That's all right.
But yeah, that Lapis Anus guy, he was always saying nice things, and then the second we said we're wrong about Justice League and we liked it, he fucking tore into us. It's like, dude, it's essentially that fucking fandom shit, that poisonous fandom shit that we had. Jeff made an entire video about how fandoms are, filled with, or it's all about hatred and vitriol if you don't agree with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry about that, Brian.
It's all right. Mr. Eric is back. He got caught
Didn't
off
even
the
notice.
building. Yeah. Well, what'll be interesting to see, because of some of those reactions, like to not saying Justice League was negative 9,000 or something, is going to be. Then I think the next Star Wars movie is going to be a real telling. I think people like Littleton and others are probably going to go in hating it. Some people have already said. One of the guys last night said he's not going to go see it, which is fine because it's at least you're holding to your convictions. But if that movie is not as, if it's not somewhere between Force Awakens and the Phantom Fungus and how bad it is,
The fandom fungus.
and you guys kind of get like it, that's going to be real interesting to see reactions. If people, because on my video for The Force Awakens, I gave it a 7 on that day, but I was very, very reluctant. If you've ever watched it, if not, go back and listen to it. I was in such shock. I couldn't believe how bad that movie was. And if we come out saying, yeah, episode 8 is 6.5, and, maybe Daisy Ridley can kind of sort of act, and Finn is not as stereotypical a character.
Hey, Brian, what's going to happen? Is, from everything that I've seen of the previews and just kind of the overall vibe of it, I think it might be an okay movie. I'm not really familiar with Ryan Johnson as a filmmaker, but I've heard he's pretty. He's okay. I think what's going to happen is this probably will be the best of the 3 movies, and then it's got to go right back to J.J. Abrams, and he's going to fuck everything up again.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the fanboys keep saying, there are all these plot holes and unexplained things in The Force Awakens, and they're like, well, wait till the next one. Wait till it's the first of a trilogy. It's only a third of a story. And so I do have a fear on the other side that Ryan will fill all those holes. Now, whether they make logical sense or not doesn't matter. If they're mentioned and they're somewhat obvious, then all these fanboys are going to go, see, Rey's not an overpowered Mary Sue, you moron, you sexist asshole. That's what they're going to say.
JJ's going to come back in with his mystery boxes and just fuck everything up again.
He doesn't know how to end a story.
No, he doesn't.
Want to kick him in his mystery box.
Exactly.
I want to stuff him in his mystery box.
I bet you do.
Oh.
That came out almost at the end. That had the wrong intention. I want to fold him up and stuff him in his mystery box. Throw him in the hole in the bottom in the ocean. There's the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a log.
Right next to the blue heart.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
That's from Titanic.
It was a horrible Titanic reference.
Oh, the jewel that she.
Hang on. I got this. Shut up, Loudie.
Oh, thanks, Phil.
I'm trying to forget that movie.
Damn it, Loudie! I put my foot on for this.
Oh, son of a bitch.
You got to have a little more gruffness in your voice there, Kendo.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Don't make me come over there. Yeah, his story about the guy in the foyer of the lobby of where he works, that was almost that's why I labeled it Phil overshares.
Yeah.
Has Phil ever seen that movie My Left Foot?
Actually, I think he started it. It was autobiographical.
Yeah. I don't know. So, anybody have any other pieces that they want to talk about, share, or comment on?
Have any of you guys seen the entire Punisher series on Netflix yet?
No.
It was fucking awesome.
I've seen none of the Punisher series on Netflix yet.
Dude, check it out. It is awesome. I didn't really care for the subplot with the FBI agent, but for the most part, man, they did not pussify Frank Castle. He is fucking ultra violent. Some of the shit he does is just fucked up.
Yeah, Dion was talking about it last night. Jeff was watching part of it, and that's when I made my my video game reference. But
I mean, there are parts where it is kind of slow in certain parts because obviously they're trying to spread out through 13 episodes. But man, when he gets violent, man, it is just some of it. It's really fucked up. I mean, there's a scene in one of the last episodes. There's a torture scene where I don't want to spoil it, but man, it is just fucked up. But really good. If you're a fan of the Punisher, check it out. It's really cool. No pussies allowed.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are anime. Are you guys anime fans or not, or what?
A little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit. I've seen some cool stuff.
Let's say I just rewatched Outlaw Star for the first time in what feels like years, but
I've never seen that. I've heard
man, it was part of the Toonami bit. Like the Toonami lineup back in like the early 2000s. And I watched it all uncut on the Funimation app. And
nice.
One of the guys dies in a pretty fucked up way. I'm like, I don't remember that being this bloody, but I guess obviously there's a lot of shit they don't show on Toonami. So.
All right, so if there's nothing else, it is time.
I wanted to mention too that I love Leanne McAdoo's tits.
Oh, all right.
Nothing else to say.
We didn't know. I'm glad
Slaughter of her mind.
So, somebody hear a broken record?
Hey, just kick the jukebox a couple of times. It'll stop skipping.
Yeah. So we've come to the point of the show for a very special section called Coach's Corner with Coach Loudie.
Oh, man. All right, you motherfuckers. Gather around taking it. All right, today was a decent practice. You know, not bad. A little sluggish. But if there's one thing I can advise you guys about, you know, especially in the year 2017, is to remain open. Both your minds and, for those interested, your buttholes. So, you know, make sure your lover knows, regardless of race. And there's nothing more beautiful than an interracial couple. All right, you know, take me and Dion for example. All right, you know, we WrestleMania was a great experience for us. You know, there were times where I fell asleep. And, you know, he was somewhere else off opposite of me. So I guess really not the best. But, you know, I do miss my Dion. I do. But, you know, yeah. I do love me some dark meat. That's always some of the tastiest meat out there. And, you know, if I actually said this around a bunch of 7th and 8th graders, I'd probably lose my job. So without further ado, make sure that give interracial love a shot, guys. It's good for you. All right, now get the fuck out of my face and go home.
All right.
The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Yeah.
No, it's the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. The darker the flesh and the deeper the roots, as Tupac said.
Hey, Loudie, so is this like a homework assignment?
Yes. Go listen. For those of you who can, my homework assignment for you for the week: find yourself someone of a different race and have interracial relations.
I don't know about you, Brian, but I think my wife would like that.
I don't know if I got her the right big black guy. Maybe she would.
I believe there's a.
This week.
Hey, they like the fat white chicks, so hey.
I believe there's a gentleman. There's a kind gentleman out there by the name of Mandingo. I think he goes by. He would probably love to meet some wives.
Well, I'm in luck, man. My next door neighbor is black.
Well, you're in luck. Go right on over. You knock on his door and be like, "Excuse me, Tyrone, but I need you to come over and see my wife." And he'll be like, "I love you some white meat."
Her name is Tirza, and she is single.
She likes long watch on the beach, fried chicken, and bad and bougie.
And she does have a boot tag.
I thought you were going to say she has AIDS. Hashtag reboot AIDS.
No,
Reboot AIDS!
that I know of. She had a big ass.
Have you eaten the ass?
No, I have not.
Oh, man. You're missing out on a wonderful experience. Butt Stuff 2K18.
Trump's America.
I mean, not that I would know. I've never done it, but a friend of mine has, and he said he really enjoyed it.
I
So.
read it on the
Why the
bathroom
fuck
wall.
were you fucking our neighbor? Well, Loudie told me I had to. It's Loudie.
This is for world peace.
Listen, this is for the World Class Bullshitters Fancast. This is do or die 100th episode, woman.
Yeah. All right,
I'd
guys.
have to move out to Camp Kembo because I'd be getting kicked out.
Where's Camp Kembo?
Kembo,
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, Kendo, do you know where Camp Kembo is?
I'm not familiar with that location.
Me either. Sounds like a faggot's place, though.
Probably.
He's probably not into interracial love or butt stuff.
So it's in Utah then.
Yeah, probably. We're all
Hey, I'm getting excited here about fucking my neighbor, okay? I misspoke.
Don't tell your wife.
It was a black guy.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well,
I could have sworn you said your neighbor was a black guy.
No, I said my neighbor is black.
We totally heard black guy. That's why I said that. Hey, listen. That's why hey, you know what? It works out either way. Still take that black neighbor, introduce that black neighbor to your wife, get out the camera, and get to work.
Well, I guess I should make my move tomorrow because she's working all day.
Brown chicken, brown cow. What?
There you go. So, anything else before we get into the BBC?
Whoa, wait, that just kind of builds off what we were talking about, man. I mean, but if you want to talk about guys, you can, sure.
No, we don't have Dustin with us.
Oh, thank God.
So, Kendo, did we want to change it or what we doing?
I'll stick with Lynda Carter. I couldn't find any triple Ds for our double dirty dozenth episode.
All right. Well, we can always make it up next week. So,
Hey, Kendo, have you ever seen Morgana the Kissing Bandit?
Yes.
Those are, I don't know if she's still alive, but those would qualify, I think.
Maybe.
Who is this?
Stick with Lynda
Who is
Carter.
this kissing bandit you speak of?
She was famous in the 70s and 80s for running out on sports fields and kissing football players and baseball players and stuff.
Oh,
She didn't have a great face, but her rack was just monolithic.
Yeah, her rack was large, but I bet you it looked like her face.
no.
Yes, it's very true.
Then she looked like her face. That's horrible.
She looked like Huckleberry Hound with big tits.
Well, and
I'm
bleached
sorry.
blonde hair.
I'm trying to envision that Huckleberry Hound with huge ass tits.
ESPN did like one of their E60s about her, and she seemed like a really nice, sweet lady, but
I bet she was real sweet on those athletes.
Yeah. Whenever she'd run out in the field, man, those tits would just bounce like beach balls.
Hey, you think
Oh,
that's where they got
God.
the inspiration for Chariots of Fire to do the slow motion running?
Very possible.
Possibly, yeah.
I don't know. Lynda Carter did some slow motion running too. And she's our BBC for the week. And this is in honor of Justice League being out and people kind of saying, Gal ain't got no boobs or butt. So we'll
Yeah, fuck Gal Gadot. She ain't got shit on Lynda Carter.
So
Listen, I'd still eat it.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
she's still a good looking woman though. All right, gentlemen.
She still looks good. She still looks good.
I don't have anything else on our list unless someone's got any things they want. I think we're ready to close this puppy out. I'll take your silence as acceptance.
Yeah, sure.
So,
Okay.
thank you for joining us for episode 24 of the Fancast for World Class Bullshitters. I have been your host, Brainmuffin. I don't know who I am anymore.
Lapis Anus.
Lapis Anus, the lifting nerd. And with me has been Kendo Slice,
Fuck yourself.
Erik Ward,
I'm about to eat Chipotle again. Somebody please shoot me in the head.
every Friday night. And I'd like to thank our special guest, Mr. Erik Louderback.
Don't forget to fuck someone of the opposite race.
And brush your ass.
I'm not the no. There's no doctor here. Fuck that guy. My insurance isn't covered by him.
All right, good night.